Hello, everyone. So, I've been absent the past week, and I had all those Van Halen reviews for a week, and I thought it was just time to take a few days off and kind of deal with some school stuff and everything. Also, I thought it would be a good idea to let the new Van Halen CD sink in. Instead of just like immediately listening to it and then reviewing it, I thought I'd listen to it, quite a few times before I, really gave my full opinion on it. Yeah, today, got my Van Halen shirt and we're ready to look at the brand new album, A Different Kind of Truth. And I gotta say, it's pretty damn good. Um, I believe I said already, but I wasn't really expecting too much out of this album. These guys are nearing 60 years old, and obviously they used to be big rock and roll stars, but obviously they're getting they're getting up there in age, and obviously, I wasn't expecting too much, but folks, this is their heaviest album. I can't believe it, but it's true. I mean, a lot of talk has been going around about how they've kind of gone back and looked at older songs from like the mid 70s that they were writing even before their first album came out, and to me, I think that was a great idea. I mean, most bands do that from time to time, so it's not like they're cheating or just like releasing unreleased material. I mean, this is just stuff that they didn't even have done, stuff that they started but never even finished. I mean, there's songs on here that were just instrumentals that they had to write lyrics to, or songs that they, had somewhat written, but they didn't have a riff, or they didn't have this or that, and, stuff like that. So, I mean, it wasn't even like, songs that were completed. I mean, they still did all the work to complete these songs and everything. So, and honestly, even the songs that were mostly done before now, there's only half of them that were even worked on before this album. I don't even know exactly which ones are brand new and which ones were songs that they had to rework or look at from the past, but I think it's about half and half. So in the end, I think it was a great idea. It definitely worked out. So let's look at the songs. The first one on the album is Tattoo, the first single, and honestly, it's the worst song on the album. Well, actually, at least best. A lot of people have hated this song, and I don't really understand why there's so much hate. I think this is a pretty fun song. Yeah, obviously it's nothing special, but it's got a pretty good solo from Eddie and some decent riff, and yeah, the lyrics are a little tacky, but I think overall it's a decent song. Nothing special, but I think it also gets a little better with the more you hear it. But yeah, an okay start, decent song. The next one, however, She's the Woman, is an excellent song. This should have been the first single. I mean, this is vintage Van Halen right here. This song is just a rockin' tune. It's got an awesome riff. I mean, holy crap, it immediately changes the quality of the album. I mean, you're first hearing, you're like, okay, it is okay, but nothing special, and then bam, She's the Woman just hits you. This is just a heck of a song, and decent solo, short but decent, and just an awesome rockin' song. Great chorus, by the way. The next song is You and Your Blues. Now, this one's kind of hard to look at because, there's a bridge in this song that kind of sounds more like a modern song. And that's not necessarily a criticism, modern rock isn't even close to what rock and roll used to be, but, it has like this more modern sound to it. The bridge does anyway. The chorus, however, is superb. I love the chorus. This is one of a few songs on the album where David Lee Roth kind of has a little bit more of an attitude. Van Halen is always known for having some fun and doing some awesome stuff with it, and here, with this album, I've noticed, my 10th or 11th listen, I kind of noticed how there's a little bit more of an attitude to him and to the band as a whole. There's a few other songs on here, I'll mention that again, but yeah, with the chorus on this one, David's it's a lot more aggressive, which is pretty cool. Decent vocals, by the way. We're third song in. You know, yeah, David's vocals. They're actually going to be one of my negative parts of the album. I think as a whole, they're okay. It's not what it used to be. They're not bad, but you know, it's pretty good on this song. There's a few on here I'll mention where it's kind of an issue a little bit, but it's okay on this song. The next one's Chinatown, and I was really blown away by this song. You know, not necessarily by the pure quality of it, but just by the fact of how heavy it is. I mean, I honestly cannot believe how awesome it sounds. I mean, honestly, Eddie still has it. You know, he's never lost it, and it's amazing to see how, you know, they can still do it like they used to. That's probably the best thing about this album, is that they're still rocking just as great as they used to. Chinatown has decent verses, excellent riff, good chorus, good solo. It's a pretty good song. The next one on here, though, Blood and Fire, is the first great song, first really great song. You know, She's the Woman was great too, but it was just a great rock tune. This Blood and Fire, however, is just a really great song. The first big standout, for me anyway. It's got an excellent chorus, one of the best on the album for sure. You know, I could be off on this, but just judging by what I've heard on the song and the chorus, I think this song is about the endurance of the band, the fact that they've been through as much as they have, and how they've gotten back together, and that they can endure all the things that they've, all the issues that they've had over the years. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just another song about sex, but to me, this, from what I've heard, I feel that that's what this song is about. But yeah, either way though, this is a great song. Great solo. First really great solo by Eddie. It's the longest one so far, and excellent song. The next one is called Bullethead, and this is another one with a lot of aggression to it. And at first, I don't know, I didn't quite love the song as much. The reason is because the chorus is kind of eh. I mean, it's grown on me. I kind of enjoy it now. It kind of sticks with you after you hear it. And I didn't think that would be a good thing, considering I didn't like it at first, but the chorus is growing on me. It's decent, and it's a pretty heavy tune. It's rocking. Decent song. There's not more to say about that one. Fast, heavy song, decent chorus. Kind of grows on you. The next one is As Is. As Is more fun. You always love to hear more fun from Van Halen. As Is has got a pretty good chorus. Another one that kind of grows on you. I was a little indifferent about it at first, but definitely a good chorus. Rocking again. I believe this is maybe the heaviest song, second heaviest on the album. Another real heavy one. Very good song overall. Next one is Honey Baby Sweetie Doll. This one is a little more odd to me. It's kind of, this song kind of has two halves. You have the first half where there's this really weird intro I'm not too fond of, and then you have the verses and the chorus and all that. And it's okay, honestly, at this point. It was right there with Tattoo as the weakest on the album. However, at the midway point or so, they go on a jam for the last half, and it's pretty awesome. And it kind of makes up for the first half, and and there's also this pretty weird moment where a dog is barking, and they kind of like make a point to it, because they kind of stop and let the dog bark, and then they kick it up a notch again. Yeah, in fact, here, I'll let you hear it. Yeah, so, if nothing else, you should listen to that song for that. It's pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, that whole second half of the song is great, the jam and everything, and it pretty much makes up for the first half, so it's definitely listenable, for sure. However, at this point, I think this album is decent. certainly shows that Van Halen can still do it. Maybe not great, but they can still do it. However, the last 5 songs really sold me on this album.